afternoon, and yes, possibly even good evening, depending on when you like to listen to podcasts, watch YouTube, perhaps on a run, on a walk, or maybe you need to research the most powerful character in the Star Wars universe, and you come across a podcast name, Who is Darth Bane? You've guessed it. Yes, that is right. This is Eutychus Knockout Audio. I'm your host, Eutychus Knockout, a.k.a. Lance Malden, a.k.a. Associate Pastor of Youth, Children, College, Career, and all things fun and biblical. I'm excited to be doing this podcast with my very best friend, Aaron Allred. Aaron, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I'm acting like it's a big deal, but really it's just us talking.
It is a big deal.
I'm really excited about it. If you like banter, if you like random conversations, this is going to be the episode for you. If you don't like it, this is not the episode for you. I'm sorry.
We'll watch it anyways. It's worth it.
Yeah, I guess so. Today's topic, the importance or maybe significance, rather, of youth ministry. I know youth ministry has played a big part in your role, in your life. And so we're going to talk about that and dive into that and specifically just kind of do an overview of youth ministry, what the purpose is, and kind of how it influenced your life. So, Aaron, tell the people about yourself. Tell them who you are. Of course, your name is Aaron. I've already said it 30 times. Where you're from. That's short kind of stuff,
Okay, so my name is Aaron. Born and raised here in Robbins. Born and raised in this church, Robbins First Baptist.
You said it wrong for legal purposes.
First Baptist Church, Robbins. I've always called it Robbins First Baptist. I'm dyslexic.
Now, time out. Has the people always said that?
Yeah.
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 So when people say it's Robbins First Baptist?
Yeah.
Dang. We just recently changed our logo and everything. But that's fine. It is what it is. All right.
Yeah, it's as far back as I can remember, and I'm old.
Yeah.
I'm actually a deacon here. Have been
newly elected. Right?
Yeah, well, it's been a year.
Over a year now.
Over a year now.
It was October 2022?
Yeah. It's been interesting. It's different. It's had its ups and downs, which I've had ups and downs in my life. I am a plant manager at a truss plant. Actually was a truck driver, then moved to shipping coordinator, and now plant manager. And
got a promotion.
I'm actually moving up to, because we're opening a third plant, going to be logistics coordinator for the entire corporation. So
Wasn't there like a huge UPS thing about logistics at one point? I feel like there was like a big, huge commercial. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, I'll be handling all the.
Wait, so you recently got a promotion? Does that mean you're getting another promotion?
Yes.
So literally within like a month.
6 months.
Wait, within 6. That's right, because this one has. Okay.
Yeah. So about 6 months, and then there's another. It's going to take 6 months to take effect.
Okay.
But anyways, I was an over the road truck driver for. Almost 12 years before I became local. Alcoholic mother, that's posed some troubles in my youth. Had a drug addiction, alcohol addiction. Did some things I'm not proud of. Kind of got away from the church. Had a big reconciliation. How long's it been? About 5 years?
Wait, yeah, because y'all started coming in September when I came, right?
Right. It was before you came.
Like a month or two.
Yeah, it was August. So,
okay, so a couple.
So it's a couple months before you started here.
Yeah.
So, it was a big deal, ups and downs of life. But yeah, that's pretty much my story.
Do you remember the first time we kind of met/hung out?
Met/hung out. No, I don't remember the first time that I remember the first time that we met. That was kind of.
Wait. The first time we met was when?
Was whenever you met everybody. It was whenever.
Oh, when I came in.
Whenever you came and kind of did like the informal group interview.
In
the fellowship hall.
Did I black that out?
Probably. You might have. It was because the first question you were asked, do you like hunting?
Oh, who was that?
I think it was Wayne.
Oh, it probably was, yeah. He asked that in the private interview. Sorry, it's no longer a private interview. Yeah, he asked that, like, what kind of stuff I did, like, made sure I liked outdoorsy kind of things, because there were some, like, guys in the youth group who liked outdoorsy.
But the first time that we hung out, I mean, I guess it would be the Christmas parade.
See, that's what I was thinking. Like, that's the first time I really got to know you and Tori, and well, not really the girls. I think they were in the parade, or at least one of them was in the parade.
One of them was in the parade. Yeah, because I had on my Star Wars Christmas shirt. And you came up wearing a Star Wars Christmas shirt.
Yeah, that's it.
And we're like, did we just become best friends?
Yeah,
like,
yep. That's the moment I knew. Yeah, that's definitely the moment.
So.
Sorry, I'm looking down right now. I wanted to make sure that I record. It literally says stop recording, right? So I've got to be recording.
It's recording.
Where's the time on it?
Is it recording?
It should be. It says stop recording. Okay.
If it says stop recording, it's got to be recording.
Right. Okay. All right. Sorry. Fairly new at this. And if we missed those interactions, I was going to have...
A blooper reel?
I was going to have a conniption fit. Not really, because...
Oh, if we missed those? Yeah.
Yeah, missed all that. Okay.
I didn't know if you were going to
back to you.
Blooper reel. Yeah.
No. It's too much editing to do a blooper reel, and I ain't got that time. So grew up in Robbins.
Yeah, grew up in Robbins.
Left the church.
And
then kind of got reconciled back into the church. Yeah. And so let me talk. I may switch. You got on your sheet the questions ahead of time. Yeah. I may switch some of these up. I want to go to what did youth ministry look like for you here? What were some of the things that went on?
Youth ministry here.
Who was your teacher?
It was Greg.
Okay.
Greg was the man. But
he has been here for a long time, hasn't he?
Greg has always been the man.
Yeah, he's been the man.
I mean, you can't say enough about him.
You know, I always thought that he should have a tag. You know how, like, people who have education have, like, MDiv or PhD or something? I always felt like his should be, like, Swiss Army knife.
Dr. Swiss Army knife.
Yeah,
he's got a doctorate in everything. He just hasn't gone through the paperwork.
I haven't, like, listed everything, but... he is into so many things. Like, he just knows how to do it. Yeah, if he doesn't, he researches it and becomes an expert.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that's the thing. Like, you know, like, I've known Greg for years. Had no idea he knew how to work on bicycles like he did until, like, a couple months ago. Well, I guess it's been about a year ago now. But somebody told me that he knows how to fix anything. And I'm like, well, I know he knows how to fix anything because when we worked on your house...
Yeah.
He's over there like, oh, man, this door's not closing right. Let me just...
Yeah.
Ding! Oh, there we go. Just like like it's common knowledge.
Yeah.
But see, so whenever I was in youth, we had like a couple of different leaders come through, and they never panned out. It just kind of went on their separate ways. But Greg was always the constant.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah,
he was always the guy. Like if I knew I had questions or had somebody I need to go to, and I think that's a big deal with youth ministry is you need that constant person. You need to know who you can go to with questions, who you can go to if you need something. You know, you need that one. You need that guy.
Yeah. Greg's a good guy to have for that.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. And then he kind of led you into some youth things, like youth ministry things.
Yeah. We that's because that's what I felt called to do back then before I found drugs. But yeah, actually called it. I was working at the grocery store, and then he's like, "Hey, there's this youth leadership thing coming up this weekend. We should go." And I'm like, "Yeah, you know what? That's right." And then I was like, I got to work. So I actually called out of work. Like, I'm sick.
Oh, man. Breaking news 20 years ago.
Yeah. I played hooky from work to go to a...
Wait, was that at IGA or just...
It was it was Lowe's Foods then.
Okay. All right, yeah.
Which has been like 3 things since.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
All right, cool. Okay. What would you do? No, let's not do that one.
Cutscene music.
Yeah, cutscene music. Okay, let's talk about youth ministry. What is youth ministry?
Ministering to youth.
Ministering to youth. Okay.
Okay,
Wait. Does that
long-form
does
answer?
wait? Does that include 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade? What?
Okay. Now
I say
see,
that. I say that because when I first started here, I don't really need a response. But like when I,
I was
but when
about
I,
to go.
but when I first started here, it was 6th,
Yeah.
and it was like, man, we really can't hammer in some of these conversations because they're picking their noses and doing some other things.
Yeah, I
we
mean,
can't.
that seventh grade, I
Yeah.
think, is a good cutoff as far as teen youth, and then you have more
Yeah.
children's oriented.
Although I will say that the 6th graders coming up this year, I won't say their names, but they are so wicked smart. I think it would put a lot of people to
Well,
shame.
I think kids are getting smarter every year, anyways.
Yeah, like
'Cause
they
I
know
think
some
I was
stuff.
dumb.
Yeah, I think these youth coming up are gonna like want these deeper things and
Well, that's good.
seek deeper worship of the Lord. It's gonna be amazing. Yeah. Okay. Okay. What do you think the purpose of youth ministry is? Is there a goal?
Well, isn't the same goal as everybody? The Great Commission?
Yeah, maybe in a sense, but I was thinking of
More like
Like-
discipleship is
Yeah.
maybe a better answer.
Yeah.
But the goal, I mean, the whole goal is to shepherd them in the right direction. Because if I've not learned anything having 2 teenage daughters, especially with Bridget, everything is important.
yeah.
Everything.
Oh yeah.
Everything is
yeah.
the end of the world if it doesn't go the right way, and is absolutely amazing if it goes great.
Yeah.
So the emotions are so high and low that shepherding them and being there for them and making sure they're going the right direction because they're so influential. I mean, I've been learning lingo, and
Yeah, I just heard.
it's all because of the
Wait, I didn't even hear what she said a while ago. She ate?
ate. Yeah, she ate. I mean, she ate it up. Period.
What does that mean?
Slay queen. I have no idea.
Slay queen. That's what it means. I know what slay
No,
means.
ate it up. Like, I was eating that up. I was eating.
Oh,
ate,
okay. Like
But
you were
instead
doing.
of just
You were
say-
doing a
just
good
saying-
job.
Just saying, like, if somebody's
were-
complimenting you,
Okay.
you're going to eat it up.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
So you would say, I ate, man.
Just okay.
Yeah, I know, right?
I will.
It's a
I
good
will-
thing you're already
No,
bald.
I will never. Oh yeah, I was not going to wear my hat, and I ended up doing it. Well, actually, I was going to wear my hat for this episode because I feel like I'm talking to a very close brother, and this is actually the company that my brother works for is RHS.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I need a hat.
yeah.
Maybe
So,
I could trade hats with him.
well, they've got better ones now, but yeah, this is the last one he gave me. Okay. Oh, impromptu question in
Yes.
follow up to that. Youth ministry.
Yeah.
Secondary role for being fed the word, or primary role for being fed the word? There is a wrong answer to this, so think. Youth ministry, should it be a primary source for getting fed the word, or is
No,
it
it's a secondary.
Why?
Because corporate worship is where you should be. Well, actually, getting fed the word, you should do that on your own.
Exactly. Yeah, it should be secondary
It should
to
be
the home.
secondary to the home, yeah.
So when I think of youth ministry, and I think of them starting from
You almost had me.
from 7th grade to 12th grade, really what I'm trying to do is to make sure they're being fed something in the home, like making sure, challenging, and kind of helping come alongside parents. Because really, I get them for maximum. Let's just do maximum. I get them for maybe 3 hours a week. That's when I'm teaching Sunday school, which we're in a rotation, so that doesn't happen. So
Right.
and then we also have teen kids. So I get them for an hour to 3 hours a week at most.
Although I will say, we need more people in Sunday school because this past 2 Sundays have been rocking.
The last Sunday was good for y'all, and y'all
Yes.
stayed late.
Yes.
I saw y'all come in late. I was like, "What in the world?" Like, bro,
Yes.
I need Carson on the ball. Like, you got to let him go.
Wow.
Yeah, I need him.
I know.
He is my rock.
But we were having a good lesson.
Yeah. So
We were eating.
eating. They ate it up.
Ate. Yep.
They ate. That's all you got to say is they ate.
They ate.
They ate. Oh,
You
okay.
say it too much. Bro.
It gets dull after a while. I hope if I say it enough, it'll stop being cool. That way I don't have to figure out what it is. Yeah. Okay. So, what I really want to do is like I want to come alongside parents and support them any way I can. That way, in the hour that I have them, and there have been periods to where I'm like, I don't feel as prepped as I should. Like there's been rougher weeks, and maybe they don't get the full hour or whatever. But really, on like tonight, we're going to be going over a chapter of a book called "What Is the Gospel" by Greg Gilbert. It's a 9 Marks book.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the second time I've been going through it because this was the first thing I went through with them when I first got here.
Yeah.
It was that book. And so we're going back through it again. I've been here for 4 years. I think it's important that they get this stuff again. It's just a real simple way laid out the gospel, God, man, Christ response. And tonight we're just going to dive into that book and especially dive into the text over who is man, sin, probably even go over the problem of evil. It's going to be great. I noticed that when I am fully prepped and ready to go, they eat. They ate.
You had it
They
right
eat.
the first. They eat.
They eat. I don't know if they're like, if they need to be subject verb agreement or not. But anyway, yeah, I understand they love prodding questions.
Yeah.
When you're prepared. And so youth ministry, I think the purpose is when they come to a social gathering that they're being fed the word, and I'm coming alongside families and doing anything I can throughout the year to support their ministry. That air is on in this building. Do you feel that?
It's a little chilly, yeah.
Yeah. I think the girls are in the other room.
Mm-hmm.
Your girl. That's where the thermostat is.
No, they're that way.
Huh?
They're that way.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
I think I saw Hadley and Bridget go that way.
I
Do you
have
not
no
hear
idea.
them? I hear them in the other room. Yeah.
No, I can't hear, bro.
Okay.
I try to ignore them.
Okay. So, yeah, I want to ignore mine, but I can't because then when it gets really quiet, you know that they're getting into something.
Oh, yeah. They're at that age.
Then it's like you're just on edge.
Now, mine, you know if they're into something because if they're quiet, they're usually just hanging out on their phone.
Yeah,
but if they get
it's
loud,
the
they're
opposite,
probably
right?
beating the crap out of
They
each
get
other.
they
you
get
know?
older. They get older, and then it's like, oh, we can find something to entertain ourselves.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, right now it's like when they go quiet, I'm like, oh no, what are they into?
Yeah.
Yeah. So our first live audience, Tori's here. This is Aaron's wife.
She's
Aaron's
beautiful.
Aaron's rock. Yeah. It also it's Valentine's Day.
It is Valentine's Day.
Yeah. And believe it or not, this is my second recording that I've done. So it's probably a little bit skewed and weird, but it's okay. Okay. I hear this a lot. People doing what they call, this was big when I was in college, church hopping.
Yeah.
Or church shopping. Maybe they call it church shopping.
Church shopping, yeah.
Church shopping,
Church
hopping.
hopping.
Yeah. And one of the reasons why people may church hop is because the youth ministry is not as vibrant.
I've done it, yeah. Yeah. We went
Ooh,
to.
can we talk about it?
Yeah, we can talk about it.
Okay.
We can definitely talk about it.
Well,
So,
well, like a lot of the times it's like it's not vibrant, or it's like there's no youth there, non-existent. So I'm not going to go here because of X,
right.
because of that.
Yeah.
Not X, but because of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Talk about your situation,
All right,
and let me
so-
tell you how I can correct that situation.
okay. So I got this uncomfortable pain. No. No, so it took this beautiful woman sitting over here, probably 7 years to talk. What about? No, it wasn't 7 years because we've been back here about 5. So it was about 4 or 5 years that she tried talking me into going back to church, and I was like, I don't want to go to church. I don't want to go to church. So we ended up finding a.
Well, that's when you were on the road too, right?
Yeah, I was on the road then too. So I finally found. So
was that an excuse? Was that an excuse? You think? No, it wasn't. I mean, you never use that excuse. Boy, I'd be pulling that out all the time. In my sinful state, I would have.
Yeah, the way I left here was the excuse.
The way you left here was your excuse.
Yeah,
because you did the youth ministry.
The shame.
The shame. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
and people knew you, so they probably knew what you were getting into.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So we tried one. We tried a Methodist church, and yeah, she was taking care of a woman that went there, and we went there. I went one time, and they had a female pastor, and I was like, you know. And then, so we tried another church, a Baptist church, and it was all right there for a little bit. We actually became members, but then it became...
Where was that one? That was
in Star.
Star, okay.
Yeah.
I think that was the one near your house, right? Like pretty close? Yeah. Okay.
Well, it's right in the middle of Star.
Maybe we shouldn't say that publicly, because...
It'll be all right.
Okay. Be careful.
Well, it is what it is. But we went there. I mean, there wasn't any type of children's program or anything, and I mean, there was only a couple of kids there. It was mostly an elder church, like an elderly church. I mean, you know, and
your daughter's at the door prodding,
and
like she needed something.
Do you need something? Oh, she's finding the thermostat.
It's in the room you're just in. It's in there. Is it on heat? Okay,
oh, okay. Give it time.
You. Yeah, thank you. We're gonna get cold in here.
All right, so, you know, they didn't have any type of children's program, and then, you know, with me being over the road, we couldn't make it every Sunday, because there would be times where I'd be gone 2 weeks at a time, or we'd be up in Virginia with her family or something. Ignorant.
But you came back here.
I did.
And the church did what? After you kind of surrendered to call to ministry, okay?
Yep.
Then you got out of that, and you went into drugs, alcohol, and then you started attending here. What happened?
What happened when I got here?
Yeah, what happened when you came back?
I got hugged a lot.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, because that's what a church should do.
Yeah,
and it really probably felt more like family because
it did. It, you know, the funny thing about it was
it like the prodigal son?
Yeah. Oh wow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Boom.
Good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was actually the Sunday that we came back was Greg's 20th or 25th anniversary since he's been here.
Wow, so he has been here for almost 30 years.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. Okay.
Yeah, like it was it was like his 20 or 25th. I can't remember, Greg, please forgive me if you watch this. But it was like they were celebrating him, and I was like, wow, this is cool. I said, you know, because like I've known
there was a guy that poured all that stuff in. Yeah, wow.
And it was really cool.
Yeah.
Everybody was very welcoming, loving. You know, hugs. Where have you been? How have you been? I've seen you on Facebook. You know, stuff like that.
Okay,
it was nice.
Good. Okay. Last thing we're going to talk about. Okay, yeah, we're on the last thing. When it comes to youth ministry, I think I've been pretty clear with parents. You guys get parent emails and stuff. Basically, we systematically go through books of the Bible. We go through books that I think are appropriate, such as What is the Gospel? And there is some type of philosophy of youth ministry where we come alongside parents and we try to help them and assist them any way we can when it comes to family devotion, family lifestyle, and trying to keep Christ the center point of all things. And so, with that being said, do you have any book recommendations for youth? Wait! I've got another question.
Oh,
this is another impromptu question. Okay, so here at Robbins First Baptist, aka First Baptist Robbins. That's what is on our legal documents. Okay, First Baptist Church of Robbins.
It's Robbins First Baptist.
Stop switching. When when it comes to so my title is associate pastor.
Right. My title was deacon.
Yes, your title is deacon here. You're not even my deacon.
No, I'm not.
I really like my deacon. It's probably a good thing that you're not my deacon because I don't know.
Would be biased.
Yeah, it would be. It would be really biased. Yeah, but I love my deacon. My deacon shows up. I mean, just calls me out of the blue for no reason, and it's amazing. I love him. But anyway, shoot, my question. So my title is associate pastor.
Yeah.
Dr. Reverend Kenneth McNeil is the senior pastor.
Correct.
Okay. When we hire somebody or as a youth pastor, should they have the qualifications laid out in 1 Timothy 3? I didn't give this question to you on your sheet, but you know what qualifications I'm talking about, right? Okay. Should a youth pastor...
You're talking like the qualifications of an elder, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when I say youth pastor, they should have those kind of qualifications.
Yeah, I think if you're going to be in any type of church leadership, you
should have those qualifications.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
biblical.
By the way, yeah, they are biblical because Paul lays it out pretty clearly what the qualifications are. Also, they are qualifications to be desired for everybody, all church members. The body of church should thrive to have those qualifications. So, with that being said, I don't know why I wanted to ask you that, but I really wanted to ask you that. So, when we think of pastor, elder, those types of things should kind of lay out as they are in Scripture. Because titles, I believe, have meaning and there's a purpose. Like when I say I need to go to the doctor, and they're like, "Oh, well, I'm hitting off the clock." It's like, no, you're a doctor all the time, right?
Right,
yeah.
right.
And so
same reason a nurse has to stop at a wreck because she's still a nurse.
Yeah, she's still a nurse. Yeah. So I personally believe titles and names have meaning. So anyway. So book recommendations for anyone wanting to go into youth ministry. What you got? And if you say the Bible, you had that one locked and loaded. I know you did. Okay. Book recommendations.
1 Timothy chapter 3. Okay. Okay.
Well, strike true because the Bible is a collection of books. It's okay. Yeah, got it.
Gotcha. Found the workaround. Calling Out the Call by Scott Pace is a good one.
Okay.
It basically deals with...
It's also... Was that co-written by Shane Pruitt?
I think it was co-written by Shane Pruitt.
Okay, yeah.
And, it basically deals with calling out the called and how to disciple and nurture someone who is feeling the call, which is, I think, overwhelmingly underdone.
Yeah. Okay.
Sound good?
Yeah.
Also, any of the 9 Marks books, if you're wanting more information on 1 Timothy's breakdown, the Deacons book that you gave me was a good one, especially anybody who's being considered for diaconal service. I think that's a must-read handbook.
Yeah.
I think it should be like a prerequisite to being a deacon.
Yeah.
It's really good. What was the other one I said? I said 9 Marks of a Healthy Church. That one's a good one just all the way around.
9 Marks is interesting because I think that one was the one that kind of opened my eyes to what is kind of like the primary role of a pastor. And that has to do with preaching, but I think it's laid out in Acts 6 where, the apostles are being consumed with serving, and it's taking away from their time in the study of proclaiming the gospel. And so I really believe, I never want to separate the two, but I know I just did, the preaching and serving, but I truly believe that that's like the main reason I get paid is to study, and to preach and teach.
Yep.
As it is not a qualification for a deacon to teach.
Right.
For some reason that might have gotten switched at some point in the 70s. But anyway, I want to recommend 2 to 3 books. And I've got them here on the thing. So if you're watching on YouTube, you can see the covers of these. If you're not and you're listening on our podcast, I will give you all the information. So being in ministry for Oh gosh, I surrendered a call to ministry in 2011. I think
13 years.
First year of college. Yeah, surrender call to ministry. This book was really helpful. It is called Humility by C.J. Mahaney. I recommend it to anybody at all. Like, I was going to say ministry, but it's this whole idea of that he must increase, I must decrease kind of thing. And I know that for me, when I surrendered a call to ministry, pastoral ministry, I still feel called to be a pastor, a senior pastor, where my main duty is preaching and teaching on Sundays, and then whatever other groups I can. But anyway, so this is a really good one, just about humility, and like, you kind of know my story, to where like I was real shy in grade school, didn't want the attention, but with ministry, I don't feel like I'm putting myself on display. I get to put Christ on display, and so that always helps. The next one is The Pastor's Ministry. This is by Brian Croft, and it's basically just like analyzing and making sure our priorities are right when it comes to pastoral ministry. So even though it doesn't specifically say, hey, youth ministry, there you go. There's that one. Yeah, okay. I'm showing anybody that watches. And then that one's the humility one. The last one I have is transformational discipleship. This has to do with more one-on-one, small groups. I think there's actually one called transformational groups. This one is by Geiger, I think is the main author. He's written several other books that are amazing. But really just that focus on biblical understanding, and how biblical understanding leads to kind of this discipleship of them growing. And I think that's the way like it worked with Paul and Timothy. Paul knew that it was just kind of this next man up mentality. And so it's still that idea that he must increase, I must decrease. He must increase, I must decrease. Because at one point, not to be morbid, but we're going to die.
It's inevitable.
Yeah, inevitable. Unlike Darth Bane, who did not die.
He just swapped bodies.
He just swapped bodies, yeah. And so, wait, real quick. Darth Bane, most powerful?
By far.
By far, yeah. It's a shame that nobody,
It's the most underrated Sith Lord.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the most underplayed. Just
nobody
knows about him unless you're like really into Star Wars. I wish they would.
I tell you, I went to. Did I tell you how I came from a little statue or paperweight?
Oh yeah. You told me you went in the shop.
I went in the shop and they had one of Darth Sidious, and then they had one of Darth Bane, and I looked at the guy and I was like, "Is that Darth Bane?" And he was like, "You're like one of the few people that actually know." And I was like, I gotta have it. And he's like, do you want both of them? And I was like, heck no, because he's more powerful. I said, I just want him. Yeah. Anyway, we won't start nerd out with Star Wars too much, even though it is a wonderful thing to nerd out about. It is a side hobby almost.
Yep.
I've worked my way. Have you finished any of the Thrawn books?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which ones? The Ascendancy ones? Or?
Yeah, I'm working my way through the Ascendancy now.
Okay, all right.
I'm almost done with the second one.
Okay, I am. I can't remember which ones I'm on.
I didn't tell you. I got to hit the jackpot the other day. I've had this flash drive in my office desk for like a couple years now, and I was like, "What is on this thing?" The old accountant that used to work with us. It's almost every single Star Wars audio book ever written or recorded on a flash drive in my office.
An audiobook?
Audiobook format.
Dude, you know my car has a USB thing. Just plug that daggum thing in. Just go down. Okay. Yeah. All right. This is it. This is going to be the close of our podcast for today's topic, the importance / significance of youth ministry. This has been Eutychus Knockout with Aaron Allred, deacon / my best friend. We hope you enjoy.